Today I'm going to be trying a weird crochet tool so you don't have to. I'm gonna start by reviewing these 6 items that I have never tried before. I've been dying to try these since I bought them, but I really wanted to wait until I filmed this video so I could give y'all my honest reaction. And after I review these 6 items, I'm gonna end by showing y'all one of my favorite at-home crochet tool hacks that you might be able to make with something you already have at home. First, I'm gonna be trying out this yarn spinner. I'm gonna be trying this first because I have been dying to try this, but like I said, I wanted to show y'all my genuine reaction, so I haven't tried it yet. You know when you're crocheting or you're knitting and you keep having to pull more slack from your yarn as you work on your project? The goal with this is that as you crochet or knit, it spins and it just unravels the yarn for you. And if this works, I just feel like it's gonna save me so much time of just like pulling the yarn and then Tilly chasing the yarn and then having to pull the yarn again. Or even like whenever I'm sitting next to Josh and I'm crocheting, I will just hand him the ball of yarn and he will just unwind it as I go. I can just sit this beside of me, hopefully, and it will unwind it as I go. Also, if you hear noises, Tilly is playing with ping pong balls right over here. Y'all, if you are cat parents and you have not given your cats ping pong balls, it's the best thing ever. She is obsessed with ping pong balls. Trust me, try it and let me know if they like it. For the yarn spinner thingy, I'm going to try 4 different types of skeins of yarn. I'm gonna start out with a worsted weight yarn that I actually spun on my yarn spinner. It's actually one of the Dollar Tree yarns that we used to make our Dollar Tree outfit on the knitting machine. So this thing is just magnetic and you just doop and it holds. Okay, let's see how it goes. This is working so well. It's spinning easily. It's moving pretty easily. That works perfectly so far. Okay, let's try the next yarn. This is a lightweight cotton yarn. I actually got this to crochet a little carrot toy for Tilly, which as you can tell by how deformed it is now, she has loved it. Let's just put this through here, magnet it back on. The way that this just unwinds itself, I feel like this will save knitters and crocheters so much time. Oh, okay, wait, we're stuck? What if I just, okay, and we're unstuck. So you just literally can just twist it and it just unravels. Like, this is so much better than the chaotic yarn ball flying around the floor. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. And especially if you have cats, you know. Incredible. Incredible. But the question here is, will this work with bigger skeins of yarn? I don't know if the magnet is gonna be strong enough, honestly. This is a super bulky size 6 yarn. Put it through the center. I am going to go ahead and remove the label. Wait. It works, you guys. The magnet is strong enough and it holds it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I usually work with bigger yarn, so this is actually like such an exciting moment. Let's see how it unravels with this type of skein. All right, we're a little stuck. We wiggle it a little bit and we're unraveling. Let's get us into like a more realistic setup. Like if I'm sitting on the couch, crocheting, watching TV, I'm not gonna be sitting perfectly at my table. Let's get it set up as if I was really just sitting here crocheting. Realistically, my yarn is going to be sitting here beside of me. Let's move the candle. That is a fire hazard. Also, if you're looking for a good pet safe candle, I'm obsessed with this. I will link it below. So realistically, I'm on the couch. I'm like this. I got my yarn, I'm watching TV, and I'm crocheting, and I don't want to have to think about unraveling the ball as I go. I just want it to unravel itself. So is it going to? Okay, we're a little bit stuck. If I go there, unstuck. That is still easier than holding on to the ball of yarn, unwinding it, having it go flying around the floor. This is still easier. Hi, Tilly. Hi, wanna come say hi? She's like, no, I want to eat your yarn. I have used a yarn bowl in the past. I personally just wasn't crazy about it. Let me know in the comments below though if you have a yarn bowl that you really, really like using. And lastly, I want to see how it's going to do with like a really big skein of yarn. This is just a size 3 light yarn, but the skein is huge and I want to see how it's going to do with our magnet. I think it's gonna do fine though. Y'all. I love this so much. Like, where has this been my entire life? This isn't something that I would like take with me maybe every single time I crochet somewhere, because y'all know that I like crocheting weird places, but when I'm like movie marathoning it and I'm crocheting, I'm going to be using this yarn spinner thingy. I actually think that this gigantic skein works the best out of any of the skeins that we tried on it today. Look how easily that's spinning. I officially give this first little crochet tool a 10 out of 10. It was super easy to put together with only 3 screws, and it came with a screwdriver. It worked with multiple different types of yarn, sizes of yarn, and skeins of yarn. The magnet is strong enough to hold the yarn, but it's not so strong that it feels like you're struggling to pull it on and off every time. Aesthetically, I love this. I think that the little flower base is super cute. I think this base kind of looks like a bear or a cat. It's made out of wood and it feels really nice. It does exactly what I want it to do. Like, I really can't imagine it working much better. And I think the final cherry on top is the price. Now, it's not like super cheap, but it's also still, I feel like, affordable. It's $26. Okay, that was so much time on item number 1, but I love this so much. Like I said, 10 out of 10. I'm so sure that I'm going to use this actually in my everyday crochet life that I think it might even just live right here. I think it's gonna live on my little mushroom mosaic table that I made, and that way it is just ready to be used whenever I'm going to be sitting here and crocheting. Let's move on to item number 2. This is one that I'm kind of skeptical of. It's like I really want it to work, of course, but I just don't have high hopes. This is a crochet hook that helps you count stitches and rows, and you can change all of the different heads of the crochet hook. The reason I'm skeptical is because I've had these crochet hooks before that are like changing head crochet hooks. I had one that just like lights up and you could change the different heads. In theory, I loved it. It was way easier to crochet when it was pretty dark, whenever I'm watching TV and maybe there's only a little bit of light in the room, but the heads of the crochet hooks would just fall off all the time. And I don't see how this is going to be any different if I'm being honest, but I have to try it. Let's put on a 5.5mm head, slide it on and twist. Okay, it comes with this little, like, what is this called? This little tiny wrench thing. Am I supposed to like put this on? I am. Wait, this might be better. Okay, you actually put the wrench on and twist. What? Okay, that's wild. I don't think that's gonna fall off easily. If you're a regular here, you'll know that I hate patterns, and it's mainly because I hate counting. I don't like having to remember where I'm at. I've used apps that will like count your stitches, where at the end of every row you just say done with this row, and it like counts them. But I just feel like that's not super convenient, especially if you want to count your stitches and your rows. This actually lets you count stitches and rows. If you click the bottom button, it does your stitches. And if you click the top button, it does your rows. And if you click the button out in the front, it turns on the light. So this is kind of still like having a lit up crochet hook. So in theory, every time you make a stitch, you can click the button. This feels weird. Ugh. Let's do a little swatch together and see if we love this or hate it. So it's currently on 0 and 0. We're doing a stitch, and then I click the stitch button. Stitch, click the stitch button. This just like does not feel like it would be efficient. Like I'm already splitting my yarn because of how weirdly I'm holding this. Stitch, stitch. Is there an easier way to do this? Stitch. Okay, wait, there we go. I'm getting the hang of it. Now wait, I've got to sit here and unravel my yarn. See, we need our yarn unwinder. I hold my hook steak knife, not pencil. But if I held my hook pencil, I think this is made for pencil holders. Okay, if you hold your hook like a pencil, this is for you. This is actually really cool. Okay, I'm getting the vision now. Okay. I hate it, but you might love it. No, I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. I hate holding my hook like that. I love this hook conceptually, and it's still pretty ergonomic. It still has a pretty good grip and feels pretty good on my hands. Okay, so I'm at 23 stitches, 24, 25. I don't know what I'm making. That's 25 stitches. So let's say, okay, we're at the end of row 1. I'm gonna hit the top button, which changes our row. Also, hold our finger down on the stitches button, and it will put our stitches back to 0. So we're back at 0, and we've done 1 row. Say we turn around. It's so weird thinking about clicking that button every time. This is something that just feels like if counting your stitches is something that's really important for you, this is a great tool. Stitch counting crochet hook. Oh man. You know what? I honestly didn't hate it as much as I expected to. I actually kind of like it. I don't know if it's for me as a crocheter, but I can see its value. I can see why this would be a good tool. If you're someone who holds your hook like a pencil and you make a lot of plushies or use a lot of patterns, I would buy this in a heartbeat. Like for you, 10 out of 10. For me, I would give this like a 6 out of 10. I think that I will use this occasionally. I think that I do see its value, but it's probably going to be a better experience for me just to count or continue using the app on my phone rather than trying to hold my crochet hook differently just for the sake of clicking it every time. I will say I could see myself using this just as the row counter and not as the stitch counter. If I just use it as a row counter and I only have to click it at the end of every row, great. I can definitely see myself using it for that. Even still, y'all know that I mainly do freeform crochet. I usually don't count my stitches, but I am glad that I have this and maybe I will use it for something. This is the most expensive item that I'm going to be showing today. I believe it's right around $30. If this is something that you'll use, I still don't think that this price point is terrible. You get so many different crochet hooks within this one hook that the price isn't going to be that much different than buying just a pack of crochet hooks. And it's also like getting a stitch counter. So if that's something that will be useful for you, I think that this is a tool worth getting. I meant to say this earlier, but this video is not sponsored by any products, but I do have all of the products linked below if you do want to try them. This next item or items is probably the thing that y'all have asked me the most to give you an honest review on. I finally got crochet rings! If you've ever watched any of my tutorials, you know that I'm obsessed with the way that I hold my yarn. This is how my grandma taught me to hold my yarn, and I'm so obsessed with it that I've even been like hesitant to try the rings because I'm like, nothing can be better than the way that I hold my yarn. You go around the pinky, under your middle two fingers, over your pointer, and pinch. So let me show you that again. Around the pinky, under the middle two, over the pointer, and pinch. This lets the yarn slowly slide through your fingers, and it lets you use your pointer finger to control your tension. But okay, let's try these crochet rings. This is truly my first time trying one. I'm a little hesitant. Might even need to pull up a tutorial. Okay. You just have it there, and then it just slides through. Oh no. Wait. I really like this. Wait, this is so easy. Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like my tension's a little bit tighter than I would normally want it to be for my first row, but oh my goodness. Okay. I think we're onto something here with these crochet rings. Let me try a few more of them. Oh, maybe they're for just like different size fingers. That makes sense. I don't know if this one's gonna work on me. I think the yarn goes around the tail. Does it go around the fox's head? Okay, I don't like that one. Let me try some more of these and see if I like any more. I think this one is like a peacock. Fun fact, I'm actually terrified of peacocks. I was at a petting zoo once and a peacock got loose and it was not pretty. I mean, the peacock was pretty, but the whole situation was terrifying. Okay, this one would probably work for like a smaller yarn, but I hardly ever use yarn that's smaller than this size 3. How is that one even supposed to work? This one's a dog and the dog is so cute. Okay. Does it go around his head like that? Okay, I like this one. Wait, I feel like I can combine this one with the way that I hold my yarn. No, I can't. Wait, yes, I can. I can go around my pinky and then over the dog's head. Wait, I really like that. And the dog is super cute. I did not expect to like these rings so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, here's another peacock. I like that one a lot. Oh, I really like these rings, you guys. I really did not expect to like these. I thought I was actually going to hate them. It's a cat. Tilly, it's a cat. I actually have no idea where she is right now. Tilly really doesn't disappear that much. She's usually like right beside of us, but I have no idea where she is right now. I don't like this one as much as the others, but I still like it. Yeah, I cannot figure that one out. Not a big fan of that one. I really love this one. And this one looks like the one out of all of them that would do the best with a bigger yarn also. Like, I mean, we're not gonna fit like a size 6 bulky in here or anything, but I think it would be fine with like at least a 4, maybe a 5. I can honestly say I did not expect to like these rings, but I actually really like these rings. I would probably give these like an 8 out of 10. The only reason I'm not giving them a higher rating is that for me personally, I don't know if the inconvenience outweighs their purpose. This might just be because I've been crocheting for 25 years, holding my yarn a very particular way. And by inconvenience, I just mean, y'all, you know that I lose my crochet hooks all the time. So the idea of needing to remember where my rings are at all times, or making sure if I'm crocheting and traveling that my rings are with me at all times, I don't know if I'm gonna use it every time I crochet. Truthfully, I'm probably not. But I will say, if you are someone who is new to crochet and if tension is something that you're struggling with, I think these rings can be a huge, huge, huge game changer. I feel like the price point is great too. This set in particular that I have linked below, there's 10 rings and it's $7, and they come in this little case, and you also have some stitch markers. Very, very solid 8 out of 10 for me. I'll probably be using these, especially on longer projects where this part of my finger starts getting sore. If you crochet, I know you know what I mean, where the yarn has just continuously ran over your finger. I feel like that's where this is gonna come in handy for me for those like crochet marathon type days. Up next, we have another stitch counter, and I had to get this out of pure cuteness. Look at this little guy. It looks like a teeny tiny little watch, but you put it on your finger and then it helps you count your stitches. Like, I love this. Like I said before with the stitch counting crochet hook, I don't think that I would use this to actually count stitches, but I think I would use it to count rows. Is it worth it to actually have a little ring counter just for your rows? I don't know, but it's fun and I want to try it. You basically just push the button and it counts, and then you click the little button to the side and it resets. And that's the whole thing. And it goes on your finger and it looks kind of like a little watch. It's super cute. I would honestly wear this just like as a ring and just to have a counter with me. It's kind of like having a fidget toy. But let's see how it feels to crochet and have this on. I don't even know which hand I should be wearing this on. Should I be wearing it on this hand? It feels weird. It feels bulky. Okay, we're crocheting. We're crocheting. We get to the end of the row. Boom, I counted one. I turn around, I'm crocheting, and I'm crocheting. I would not want to do this for every stitch. Can you imagine? It's like stitch, hit, stitch, hit. That would be terrible. No, that would take so much more time. It might be worth it if you're working on like a really difficult pattern, but at that point I would get the stitch counting crochet hook instead of something like this. Okay, we're at the end of row 2, bam. We're at the end of row 3, bam. And when we want to reset it, we just click the reset button. My bluntly honest review of this is, it's adorable, but I think it might be kind of pointless. I feel like this could make a really cute stocking stuffer for your crochet friends, especially since it comes in like a multi-pack, but I don't know how often I would actually use this. If I'm being honest, I would end up just having it sitting next to me and clicking it every time. The only time I can think that I would really maybe use this is if I was crocheting while I was traveling, like if I was on a plane or on a car ride, somewhere where I didn't want to continuously be getting out my phone, but I wanted to still have something that I could count my rows. That's probably the only time when I could really see myself using this. But it is super cute and it's super fun, and if you are someone who likes to count rows, this might be for you. These come in packs of 7, and I believe that it's $8 for 7 of these. So like I said before, it could be something good, like if you have friends who crochet, need some little stocking stuffers or little gifts. I mean, they're super cute, they're super fun. For me, I do think I have to rank this like a 3 out of 10. I'm just probably never gonna use it, but it's cute. I legitimately might wear it as a ring. This next item I was so excited about, but now getting it, I'm not so sure. It came with 5 different panels, and you just like slide them all together, and it's supposed to be this like multifaceted tool for crocheting and knitting, I suppose. It's a yarn bowl, a thing for blocking your projects, a way to figure out what size your crochet hooks or your needles are if you don't know what size they are. There's a few different places for that. There's a ruler, and there's this place over here where you can like actually put your crochet hooks in it. Kind of cute, kind of helpful. They fall out the moment that you pick it up though. I want to see how this thing works as a yarn bowl. I'm gonna put a little skein in here. Let's try this out. I mean, it works fine. I think you're gonna be pretty limited with like sizes of yarn skeins in this type of a yarn bowl. I still personally prefer our yarn spinner thingy, but sure, this technically works as a yarn bowl. Yeah. Something I don't like about this is that it was advertised as something you could use to block your projects, but then it didn't come with any sort of pegs to put into this part to actually block your projects. This is what I usually use to block my projects, and I just love this. I do have a bigger yarn blocker thingy. It's actually like an antique that someone had given me, but this is one that I have just specifically for granny squares, and I just think that this is absolutely perfect. This isn't one of the products I'm like fully reviewing today, but I will also link this below because I highly recommend this for yarn blocking. You can technically use these to figure out the size of your crochet hook. There's our 5.5 millimeter. I don't know how many times I have a crochet hook that isn't labeled. Like I feel like 99.9% of the time my crochet hooks have been labeled. A few times I've gotten like specialty wooden hooks that haven't been labeled that I guess this will be good for. But I feel like this overall is bulky, it's flimsy, and I don't think that I would use this enough to make that worth it. I'm sorry, Yarn Bowl, but I think I have to give you a 1 out of 10. I don't see a world in which I would use this, and I can't even really picture other people using this. Like with the counters, I get it that it's maybe not for me, but I can see why it would be super useful. This, I think there's better options for all of the things that this supposedly provides. Great concept though, like really cool concept. If this was done better, I think this could be great, but this is not for me. But if you do want to try it for yourself, it is pretty cheap. It's, I think, $7. Our last item I'm the most excited about, but I'm the most nervous about, because if this one doesn't work, I'm actually gonna be sad about it because I have a whole plan for the Ren Fair with this item. This super cute little device, you are supposed to put your yarn skein on here, then you put this around your wrist, and then you walk around and you crochet, and it just spins your yarn for you. Like, look at that. And then you just have your skein of yarn with you wherever you go. So my plan is to take this with me to the Ren Fair and be crocheting tiny hearts as I walk around the Ren Fair. And then if I meet any of you guys, I can give them to you. Put on the skein of yarn. I just need to remove this thing. Immediate downside, I'm gonna have to use a pretty small skein of yarn, something like this size. All right, I'm just walking around the Ren Fair and I'm crocheting. Is this gonna work? I think this is gonna work. Oh my gosh. Kind of similar to the other yarn spinner thing. Sometimes I might have to just kind of twist it. But wait, am I gonna start going on walks while I'm crocheting? I'm just walking and I'm crocheting. Oh my gosh, do I need to get like an at-home treadmill thingy now? And I can do like cozy girl walks, and I just walk and I crochet. Wait, this is actually awesome. It doesn't spin super well, but I think that it keeps your yarn where it needs to be good enough, and then you can just kind of spin it yourself. I love this. And it's green, my favorite color, and it has plants. Like, what is not to love about this? This is amazing. So obviously I do really, really love this, but I think I can only give it a 9 out of 10. I wish it spun a little bit easier, and I wish that it was just a little bit bigger. I understand that it's like travel size and good for walks, but I do wish I could put a little bit of a bigger skein of yarn on this. But definitely still an amazing little crochet or knitting find, especially for only $10. This is gonna be perfect for little Hobbit girl walks and also for the Ren Fair. And if y'all do happen to see me at the Tennessee Ren Fair this year, make sure you say hi, and I will try to crochet you a little heart, or at least give you a little ducky. I think that concludes my first ever trying weird crochet tools, so you don't have to. I say my first because I would love to turn this into a series. I don't know quite how many weird crochet tools there are out there, but if there's any that you would like me to review to see if you think you should buy them, let me know in the comments below. As promised, I do have one last weird little crochet tool for you. This is something you can make with something you might already have at home, and if not, you can get it at the Dollar Tree. All you need is a crochet hook without any sort of ergonomic handle on it and a beauty blender. Now, I personally love these ginormous beauty blenders for this, but I have done them with regular beauty blenders too. All you're gonna do is take your crochet hook and stab it through the beauty blender, and this makes the squishiest, most ergonomic hook ever. Look at this. I love it. When I was struggling with a lot of pain in my arm, this was amazing. I don't crochet with this all the time, but it is something that I do sometimes when my hand is hurting. Y'all, crocheting with the beauty blender is awesome. Well, friends, I think that concludes today's video. If you're new here, welcome to the Sunflower family. I'm Auna. If you had fun in this video, it would mean a lot to me if you could click all the buttons, do all the things, and don't forget to let me know if you guys have any weird crochet items that you want me to try out. I'll see you in the next one.